Should I travel to Anaheim? Should visit Anaheim? Home to Disneyland, professional sports, sunny Southern California weather, and one of the easiest family vacations in America, Anaheim attracts millions of visitors every year. But here's the reality. Most people aren't really traveling to Anaheim. They're traveling to Disneyland, and that distinction matters. Because if you're expecting a city filled with history, culture, famous neighborhoods, and endless attractions, Anaheim may not be what you expect. In this video, we'll cover what first-time visitors often misunderstand about Anaheim, the 3 biggest pros, the 3 biggest cons, who should visit, who should skip it, and by the end, you can decide for yourself. Let's begin. What first-time visitors often misunderstand. One of the biggest misconceptions about Anaheim is that it's a major city destination in the same way that New York, Chicago, or Boston are. It isn't. Anaheim's identity is heavily tied to Disneyland. While the city has restaurants, sports venues, shopping districts, and residential neighborhoods, most visitors spend the majority of their trip in and around the Disneyland resort area. In fact, many travelers rarely venture beyond a few blocks from the parks. Others visit Anaheim for conferences and events at the Anaheim Convention Center, which sits right next to Disneyland. The upside: Anaheim is remarkably easy. Many visitors can fly in, check into a hotel within walking distance of Disneyland, and enjoy their entire vacation without ever renting a car. That's something very few major tourist destinations can offer. Anaheim versus Orlando. Another misconception is that Anaheim is simply a smaller version of Orlando. While both destinations are built around Disney, the vacation experience feels very different. Orlando is larger. It offers more theme parks, more resorts, more attractions, and usually requires much more planning. Anaheim, on the other hand, is compact. Many hotels are just a short walk from Disneyland. You don't need to spend hours navigating a giant resort complex. For many families, that simplicity is Anaheim's biggest advantage. If you're trying to decide between the two, we'll link our full Anaheim versus Orlando comparison below. Let's explore the pros of visiting Anaheim. Pro number 1. One of the easiest family vacations in America. Few vacation destinations are easier than Anaheim. You can land at the airport, check into a nearby hotel, and be inside Disneyland shortly afterward. No complicated transportation systems, no extensive planning, no long daily commutes. The resort district is designed around visitors. Restaurants, hotels, entertainment, and shopping are all concentrated in a relatively small area. And if you want a break from Disneyland, Anaheim offers a few additional attractions. You can catch an Anaheim Ducks game at the Honda Center, watch the Angels play baseball, or spend time dining and shopping at locations like Anaheim Garden Walk. The convenience factor is hard to overstate. For families, that's a major advantage. Pro number 2, Disneyland is a truly iconic destination. Even people who aren't Disney fans recognize Disneyland. This is the original Disney park, the one Walt Disney personally helped create. For many travelers, visiting Disneyland is a bucket list experience. And unlike some attractions that fail to live up to expectations, Disneyland continues to attract millions of visitors year after year. The parks are well maintained, the attractions are iconic, and the atmosphere remains unique. Whether you're traveling with children or simply reliving childhood memories, Disneyland remains one of the most recognizable attractions in the United States. Pro number 3, great weather for most of the year. Southern California weather is one of Anaheim's biggest strengths. Unlike Florida, Anaheim experiences lower humidity and significantly fewer rainy days. That means fewer weather disruptions and more comfortable conditions for outdoor activities. Most of the year, visitors can comfortably enjoy theme parks, outdoor dining, shopping districts, nearby beaches, sporting events. Even during warmer months, mornings often begin with coastal cloud cover before temperatures rise later in the day. For travelers looking to escape harsh winters or humid summers, Anaheim's climate is a major selling point. Before you book. Here's something many visitors discover after arriving. Anaheim works best as a base. Most travelers don't spend their entire vacation inside Anaheim. Instead, they use Anaheim as a home base for exploring Southern California. Within a relatively short drive, you can visit Los Angeles, Orange County beaches, Knott's Berry Farm, Newport Beach, Huntington Beach, San Diego. If you're planning a trip longer than 3 or 4 days, expanding beyond the resort district can make the experience even better. Now, let's look at some cons of visiting Anaheim. Con number 1, crowds are unavoidable. Disneyland is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the world, and crowds are simply part of the experience. People often begin lining up before the parks even open. Popular rides can develop long waits. Restaurants become busy, walkways become crowded, and during school breaks, holidays, and special events, crowd levels increase even more. If you dislike crowds, Anaheim may be challenging. There's really no way around this one. Con number 2. Costs can add up quickly. While Anaheim is often less expensive than many Disney World vacations, it still isn't cheap. Park tickets alone represent a significant expense. Then add hotels, dining, souvenirs, parking, Lightning Lane purchases, special experiences, and the total cost rises quickly. Families can absolutely have a great trip here, but they should enter with realistic expectations about the budget required. Con number 3. The city itself isn't the main attraction. This is probably the biggest surprise for some visitors. Outside Disneyland, Anaheim is not a destination filled with famous landmarks, major museums, historic districts, or cultural attractions. The city exists primarily as a tourism hub centered around Disneyland. If you're looking for history, architecture, museums, or iconic urban neighborhoods, you'll likely find more of that in places like Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago, or New York City. Anaheim succeeds because of Disneyland. Without Disneyland, it would be a very different destination. The Should I Travel to Anaheim scorecard. So how does Anaheim perform overall? Overall, Anaheim scores extremely well for convenience, family travel, weather, and entertainment. Its weaknesses primarily revolve around cost, crowds, and a lack of attractions beyond the Disneyland-centered experience. Who should visit Anaheim? Anaheim is an excellent fit for families with children, Disney fans, Southern California vacations, long weekend trips, first-time theme park visitors. On the other hand, Anaheim may not be ideal for travelers looking for history, culture-focused travelers, budget-conscious families, people hoping to avoid crowds. Final verdict. So, should you travel to Anaheim? For the right traveler, absolutely. Anaheim offers one of the easiest and most accessible family vacations in the United States. The weather is excellent, Disneyland remains iconic, and the city's compact layout eliminates many of the logistical headaches associated with other major tourist destinations. At the same time, Anaheim is highly specialized. Most people come for Disneyland. And outside that experience, the city offers fewer attractions than destinations like Los Angeles, Chicago, or New York City. If your ideal vacation centers around theme parks, family entertainment, and Southern California sunshine, Anaheim is a strong choice. If you're looking for history, culture, and endless urban exploration, you may be happier elsewhere. Should I travel to? 3 pros, 3 cons. You decide. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and check out our other travel comparisons.